Star Child. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl, 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 girl. Okay. What's up? Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by, honey. I need to get this. So y'all hear that Nick Cannon has been diagnosed with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. He came out and shared his diagnosis, talking about he needs help. Didn't the doctor just diagnose you? What you calling? What you coming down to the internet asking for help for, girl? Can't nobody help you but a therapist. No woman can help you, ladies. Don't go out trying to think your pussy is gonna help Nick Cannon heal from his NPD. He said he's been diagnosed, y'all. So I want to read the comments. I don't know what he went on and said that he went to a doctor and
with a narcissistic
You mean clinically diagnosed with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But and when I did get diagnosed with it, because I have no problem with it, it's a spectrum. You know what I mean? And I think even it starts off with like confidence, overconfident, arrogance, and then that's when you step into the space of narcissism. And in that, there's markers. And when someone has like extreme narcissistic behavior disorder, it has things like the lack of empathy, rage, all of those things. I don't have those. Like
I was just going to ask you, how many of those symptoms do you identify with?
Yeah. Like I identify with all of them except for those two.
Except for the rage and the...
Yeah, I have no rage, and I have, I'm very empathetic.
Got it.
Diagnosed with
he was diagnosed with NPD. A lot of people go undiagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder because they don't think anything is wrong with them. Everybody on the outside of them is the problem. They are not the problem. You're the problem, right? Whatever deluded fantasy, not fantasy, their deluded reality they got going on. They just need you to agree to their deluded reality and get you to ignore your intuition. I would never... We always say people are narcissistic. I think a lot of people have learned to change their language to he is demonstrating some narcissistic traits, right? You can't call somebody a narcissist because they haven't been diagnosed. But again, a lot of people go undiagnosed because they don't think anything is wrong with them. They just terrorize everyone around them. And the people end up leaving. They find another supply and they just never go to the doctor. They said that a lot of men are narcissistic and probably suffer from narcissistic personality disorder. I actually blame the patriarchy for that. I blame religion for that. I blame all the things that encompass like putting a man up. I feel like that's why men suffer from in narcissistic traits. But if they went and got if they went to a doctor, they more than likely would be diagnosed. Right, so let's go to the blogs, child. Go ahead and like.
I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Subscribe and comment, and let me know that you stopped by. Okay. So let's see. I saved. I think the Jasmine brand. Let's see who has the most comments. The Jasmine brand has 277 comments, and I think they just mentioned it on Hollywood Unlocked. And that has 128 comments. Hold on a second. Something I wanted to see. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Okay, girl. I guess it's denied. I guess. Does she have a... Let's see. Oh, well, girl. Okay, anyway, so let's see. Let me go down to where it was Hollywood Unlocked. It says Nick Can't. No, let's go to Jasmine Brand. Jasmine Brand. It says Nick Cannon admits I need help after being diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. Nick Cannon is admitting he needs some assistance after being diagnosed with NPD. At a Thanksgiving event, he shared with people that he had always wanted to be tested and had also been diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia, identifying as a neurodivergent individual. Cannon embraces his latest diagnosis as a tool for personal growth, stating, I'm healing. I need help. Show me. Why? And no, can't nobody show you anything. If you got NPD, can't nobody show you anything. Girl, you know everything. You know everything. And everybody else is lying. They don't know. You're the smartest person in the room. In a recent episode of his Culture podcast, he discussed his diagnosis with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, revealing he relates to many markers of the disorder. Cannon explained that he has taken the stigma out of the term narcissism by educating himself on it. He continues to embrace his journey while raising 12 children. I said being in a relationship with a narcissist, whether it's a parent, partner, coworker, it's not something you take lightly. They can be literally diabolical, and their goal is to get you to accept their distorted reality while ignoring yours. It's not something I would wish on anyone. It's a literal nightmare. I've been in a relationship with a narcissist. It's literally a nightmare. They literally work on, and for women, right? They literally work on you ignoring your intuition. That's their goal, to get you to your reality is going to be distorted. It's really it's sick. It is. It's real sick. It's really sick. Hopefully these go on good. It is. Like I said, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Yeah, we go around and we say, yeah, he's a narcissist, he's a narcissist, he's a narcissist. And they say a lot of the majority, they not the majority of men, but if they did a demographic of who was diagnosed with NPD, the majority would be on the men's side. And I really truly believe the patriarchy has something to do with that. Like the men have an inflated sense of self, and it's always and it's like reinforced. It's reinforced from the women in their family. It's reinforced by other men. It's reinforced. Um, and then women who worship men, they reinforce it. They reinforce. And I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. But those people are really not narcissists. They probably have narcissistic traits. They might just be some assholes. That's another thing that I when I hear people calling somebody a narcissist, I'm like, oh, he's just a type A asshole. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody that thinks he's better than everybody. Somebody thinks he's, an inflated sense of self. But narcissists have a false inflated sense of self because they're very, very insecure. Very insecure. They may seem like I'm like da 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 da. No, they're insecure. They're insecure, and they want you to be insecure in the reality that's happening around you. So, yeah, yeah, it's a trip. It is a trip. It says, yeah, we knew that only a self-absorbed, self-centered person has 12 kids for himself. All his friends need to make an appointment with the doctor who diagnosed him. Somebody said, take my ex with you. Attention seeking behavior. Those of us who have personal experience with narcissists can pick up on someone's narcissism. It wasn't hard to tell with Nick. Well, that's why the marriage with Mariah didn't last. He wanted to be the center of attention, poor thing. Mariah is a star among stars. I think he's the last one to find out. The world knew this 6 years ago. Your kids will need more help having you as their father. That's the truth. It really is the truth. It really is the truth. 76 kids later. Okay, Father Abraham, 100 kids and 10 baby mamas later. We diagnosed him in the 90s. Y'all late to the party. At least he's self-aware. Ironically, they're rarely self-aware, and someone like Nick Cannon is going to try to monetize off of something like this. Just wait. Just wait. It's coming. It's coming. He's going to try to make money off of this. Watch. Watch. It's like, it's predictable. If you don't know, see what happens when people are in relationships with narcissists or have been in relationships with a narcissist, they do a lot of studying. Hopefully they do. I know I did. I started studying. I started watching different YouTube videos, Dr. Ramani. I started watching. I started taking notes. Then when I realized what type of relationship I was in, I started to analyze him and watch him and take notes on him. When I realized recording conversations, oh yeah, he became the subject after I knew what kind of after I was like, whoop, okay, this is what I'm in. Okay, let me, like, constantly. One thing, I'm very intuitive, super intuitive. One thing, every time I would call out something, he would be like, no, that's not what it is. No, that's not. And like, literally getting you to ignore your own intuition and knowing, like, as a empath or a highly sensitive person, you know, right? And if you are unhealed, an unhealed empath or an unhealed highly sensitive person, you don't have any boundaries. You don't have any boundaries. You might be a people pleaser, right? So now you're in this relationship and trying to accommodate and compromise with this person who, it's never going to be right. Nothing ever satisfies them. Nothing you do. You can think you've done the best thing ever, and they are going to point out every single thing that's wrong with it. You're going to be like, God damn, I thought I did good. No, their goal is to make you feel like them. They're very insecure people. And you're being an empath and being on your intuition game and being a highly sensitive person, they don't like that quality in you. However, they want to suck it out of you, that you are their supply. Trust me, it's not something you should take lightly. They motherfuckers are diabolical. They are. All that smiling and shit, don't trust it. So for people who have been in actual relationship with narcissists, not just some fucking asshole, self-centered asshole, but with somebody who, if they went down to the damn doctor, they're more than likely they would be diagnosed. People know and people can spot it. It's not just an asshole. It's somebody who has a severe issue, a personality disorder. And you, woman, man, whoever you, especially if you in a relationship with that person, you do not have the ability, will never have the ability to change them. Your presence, I know a lot of women think that their presence in a man's life is just going to get them, oh, they'll be fine. They just need me to help. Cut it out. It's nothing you do is going to be right. Everything you do is going to be right. I wish I could find my notebook. I just saw it the other day. I took a picture of it. I don't feel like looking for the picture in all my photos in my phone, but I literally drew a line down. If you've been around this channel for any amount of time, I mention this ever so often when we talk about narcissists. I drew a line down a paper and I started writing all the different things. And what I realized from an empath and a narcissist, that they have the same childhood wound, but they just took a different approach as they grew up and in developing their personality. They say our personality develops around 7 or 8 years old, is from my studies. And I drew a line down the paper. What are our similarities and what are the differences? And it's a lot of similarities between an empath and a narcissist. It's just the narcissist took a different approach. The empath takes a different approach. And that's why they're drawn to each other, because they have the same wounds. But now they're going to take and take and take from you, and the wound, they're going to practice on you, practice bringing you down, chopping you down, cutting you down, making you ignore your own intuition when that's really your gift. That's really your gift, right? And they make you deny your intuition. You even start questioning yourself, questioning your reality. It's real. It's not a game. So yeah, we might make a little joke here or there. Yeah, that motherfucker is a narcissist. No, it's real, and there's different levels to the narcissism, because you can have a parent that's a narcissist, or a partner, or even a coworker, right? Or a friend, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Like, and nothing you do is right. And then that feeds into your unhealed parts, where You're trying to people please, right? You don't really have the boundaries, right? This is the motherfucker that came into my house, and I don't wear shoes in my house. And he came into my house and tried to wear shoes in my house. I was like one of the first things he did to kind of cross over and to test a boundary of mine. Yeah. Very small, start off very small, and then they get in with you, and now you're their supply. And what you and unfortunately, what's really ironic is a narcissist, they want to discard you. If you discard them, they can become really dangerous. So what you need to do is create a situation where they discard you. Because if you discard them, they become they can start stalking you. They want to get revenge, because how could you discard me? I'm supposed to discard you, right? So you have to create, well, what I did was created an environment where it was so hostile that he was like, I can't. Yeah, I created a very hostile environment. And he was like, oh yeah, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, nigga. Because I'm onto your game. I'm onto you. I see how you behave. I see how you act. And I need to, and from my studies, I learned that you cannot discard a narcissist. They discard you. Right? If you, and then like, that's like when I got into therapy and everything like that. And that's when I started realizing all of these things. And I was like, oh no, motherfucker, you got to get the fuck out. Because you fucking up the thing, honey. Yeah, it's real. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Well, if he was diagnosed with it, then he should be ready to get help. Only a professional can actually diagnose you with that. He said he was diagnosed. What does he want us to do with this information? Multiple people tried to tell you this. This is what happens when you can't control your ID impulses. We already knew this. You just didn't know. Right. It's hard to get a diagnosis, an NPD diagnosis. Ask any therapist or psychologist. They'll tell you. They'll tell you, because the motherfucker, they don't even get a chance to sit across from too many of them, because they don't go therapy. They don't need therapy. They know everything. They're the smartest person in the room. They know every damn thing. And it's you that's something's wrong with your ass, not them. I blame the patriarchy for it being the majority of men. When you read about NPD and you see that when they do the diagnoses, the majority of people that are diagnosed are men. There are women narcissists, but the majority in their demographic, findings, it's men. And I really believe male worship and the patriarchy contributes to that. I do. Y'all let me know what you think about Nick Cannon being diagnosed with NPD. So good. Stay away from him, girl. Listen, lady who wants to get under Nick Cannon, you're not going to change him. No matter how shaved your pussy is, how wet your pussy is, how fat your ass is, how small your waist is, how big your titties are, or how small they are, depending on whatever you think he thinks, that whatever you think he likes, your body is not going to heal him at all. Nothing you do. Your love, you can't heal him. You can't be like Jasmine Brown over there healing Cam Newton with her asshole. You cannot, that's not going to work. Cam Newton needs to go down there and get diagnosed too. Because he was in an interview with Ice Cube, I saw the other day, and Ice Cube was telling him how he stayed married so long and how, gosh, how did you do that? Da 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 da. But I thought it was weird that he was acting like it's something that can't be done, but then also says that his parents are his examples. So I thought your parents were your example. So why are you asking Ice Cube how to do it so long? Look at your mom and dad. Didn't they do it so long? Isn't your mom an angel? Yeah, he calling her an angel because she's over there dealing with a bunch of bullshit. I bet. I'm willing to bet my 401k that lady, that man's mother is over there dealing with bullshit. That's why she's a fucking angel. He need to take his ass over there. I was like, how the fuck you asking Ice Cube how did he do it when you say that your parents are an example of how to be in a relationship, and yet you have yet to duplicate it. You have yet to do what your parents have done. You have yet to do it. And you still want more children however way they come, girl.
I just, girl, stop.
Where is that thing? Oh, here it is.
Married since '92, so what is that, 32 years? How? Like for the masses. Want to be. You gotta want it. I don't want nobody to have my woman. She mine. I'm hers. What's the word that we just had somebody on? The relationship has to have staying power. Certain things in the culture has never changed. You've been married? We've been married since '92, so what is that, 32 years? How? For
Ask your mother and daddy.
You gotta want it. I don't want nobody to have my woman. She mine. I'm hers. What's the word that just had somebody on? The relationship has to have staying power. Certain things in the culture has never changed. It's just all about how you are locked in with your partner. You don't stay with a person for as long as you've been with your person and can honestly say, man, every single day I wake up and it's just doves flying. But who in your life is it like that with? You don't like your mama every day. Some days she get on your nerves. Some day you know your brother. Every day ain't gonna be roses. Yeah. You can't expect that from your spouse. It's all about, are y'all a family or not? You know, you gotta be willing to give. And there's a person that you want to give to. Your time, effort, and love. Right. How long you been married? We've been married since...
I'm going to read the comments. I said, I thought Cam Newton had his parents as an example. Why is he asking Ice Cube how he does it? Cam just showed his maturity level isn't that high. Was that the first time you recognized that, girl? Love how Ice professes love and commitment to his wife. She's mine and I'm hers. It's just that fucking simple. Baby, he said you don't even like your mama every day. Facts. It's not always peaches and cream, but family and commitment, man. This was well said. We want to be. That was it, period. Love it. Almost every interview, Cam showing his lady out loud. He doesn't take commitment, love, and loyalty seriously. And I know that's going to get old one day. This shows that he is a grown man and not a boy. Jasmine Lyons saying that she accepts Cam all she wants, but deep down, she wishes she was Ice Cube's wife. Love it. This is the most grown response I've heard about marriage on a podcast. Emotional intelligence is refreshing. Let's talk to Ice Cube's wife. The men are always talking and they always make it seem like it's motherfucking roses, but we don't forget the fucking thorns on the rose bush. Let's talk to the wife and see how it's going. See what she has to say. Let a nigga tell it. It's always the best. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. He doesn't understand. He can't speak that language. I love how Ice was talking to him like it's really simple, dude. You got to want it. Sounds like Cam doesn't really want it. LL Cool J said the same thing. Him and Simone broke up in the late 80s, early 90s when he saw another man at her house and his kids. He said, hell no. Him and Simone been together ever since. Well, did he want to get with her? Did he want to get back with her because he loved her? Or did he want to get back with her because he saw another man taking his wife? Because that's two different motivations, in my opinion. Do you want to get back with her because you don't want anyone else being with her? Or do you want to get back with her because you actually care about her and is going to do right by her? No, you want to get back with her because another nigga is sticking his dick in her. Ooh. And he owns you. I love that, man. She's mine. Y'all, mine is already possessive. Take the S off of it. Take the S off of mine, please. Mine is already possessive. You don't have to add an S, please. Thank you. Which is crazy because Cam comes from a 2-parent household. Thank you. Here comes somebody. Who's this? Trevi Trev. Let me see what Trevi Trev. Trevi Trev is a writer and director and a photographer, film and media, a BA in graphic design. Let's hear what he has to say. He got a long comment. Sound like he started off right. Let's see. Which is crazy because Cam comes from a 2-parent household. I'm not saying we can't make our own decisions. However, you had the benefits of growing up in a family unit. And I think that's where people get fucked up. You have an idealized version of a family unit that looks like a nuclear, and nuclear means what? To blow up, toxic, disgusting, piggish, whatever the fuck nuclear means. But you want the fantasy of a nuclear family, and the people are telling you it's not always like that. A lot of the fathers ain't shit. They don't want the fathers around. You saw that post with 7,000 comments on there. Yes, that's a small blip of the population, but it gives you a look into how people really feel about somebody being in a two-parent home. This family unit that y'all want to do is a lot of it is toxic. A lot of it is toxic. It's only as good as the people in it. The family unit is only as good and healthy as the people in it. It doesn't mean you can have a family unit. I've been watching Soft White Underbelly, and the people come from two-parent homes, and the mama and daddy is selling the daughter into sex trafficking. Two-parent home. So you have to stop. You have to put some nuances on the two-parent home. Healthy, attuned caregivers. That's what a child needs. Healthy, attuned caregivers. They don't need two dummies. They don't need one smart person and one dummy. They need two people to be attuned. That's what they need. Two or more. One or more. That's what they need. You saw how family works and the benefits of it. Yeah, he saw how family works. He probably saw his father get over on his mother. Ain't he a pastor? Ain't he a pastor? So we know how they move. We got a lot of examples of pastors moving around. Not the mega church pastors, but even in these small little towns, moving around, marrying young 18-year-old girls and shit like that. So we don't know what the fuck that God-fearing man was doing in their home for Cam to look at that and not duplicate it at all. He didn't duplicate it, but he says his mother is an angel. I'm sure she's an angel because she endured a lot of bullshit. I'm sure that's why she's such an angel. You saw how family works and the benefits of it. It made you who you are. So it's a head scratcher to understand why you don't want to replicate the thing that made you the man you are. So Ice is right, in my opinion. You have to want to be in it and want it with someone. I think it just shows the difference of just because you can do something versus doesn't mean you should do something. Exactly. It's a lot of people getting married today, yesterday, this Saturday, who should not be getting married. But they figure just because it's available for me to do, I should just jump and hop and skip down to the damn courthouse or down the aisle and do it. And you shouldn't be doing it. The majority of people should not be getting married. The majority of people who have children should not be parents. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. So far, Trev is on it, okay? Ice has just as much, if not more than Cam, but sees the value of monogamy and understands he could be all the things, yet figured out what matters most in the end. Shaq talks about how much he can't stand not having his wife and kids around him anymore. The loneliness, and it's heartbreaking. The lesson will be learned one day. Remember this quote: the surprising thing about young fools is how many survive to become old fools. Period. Shout out to Trev. He did that. That was a comment on that. Let's move on. Shit. That was a good comment. Let's see. All right, let's go back up to the top of the Jasmine brand. They've had so many posts since then. Gee, money. All right, let's see. Martha reveals 35 homemade pies took 2 days to make. My grandmother be making a bunch of pies too. I wonder if she made a bunch of pies this year. A bunch of pies. She made cherry pie, pecan pie. I don't know what that is in the middle. Might be an apple pie. Come on, Martha. Yes, Martha. Okay, let's see what she's made. Total pies baked, 35. Chocolate pecan, butter, brown butter, maple rum pecan. Girl, that sounds so good. Pumpkin, phyllo, apple crumb, and cranberry. Oh, that I said cherry. That was cranberry. Took 2 days. 100 eggs, 14 pounds of pecan halves, 11 jars of Karo syrup, 25 pounds of Hecker's flowers, 35 pounds of Plugra butter, 6 cups of maple syrup, 60 ounces of pumpkin puree, 18 cups of Frez cranberries, etc. I use 3 big ovens, which are a mess now because I stupidly forgot to place cookie sheets under some of the pies, which bubbled and oozed everywhere. The pies are delicious. Oh yeah, you gotta put that. I'm checking I have a timer to check my microphone because girl, I still haven't like lit this because it'll go out. But I charged it all day yesterday, so it's Friday. Are y'all having a good day so far? Yeah, the topics, yeah, NPD and going into Cam Newton and not understanding relationships and stuff. Again, I attribute it to the patriarchy and to a male worshiping society. Why men show up like this all the time. Um, let's see, narcissistic personality disorder demographics. AI overview. I just put in narcissistic personality disorder demographics. Gender. NPD is most common in men, affecting 50 to 75% of cases. Okay. That is from Medscape and Cleveland Clinic. Those are the 2 resources. Age. NPD manifests in young adulthood, but might worsen in middle age. Race. NPD is more prevalent in Black men and women and Hispanic women. African American narcissism scores are 2.3 times higher than whites. That is from the National Health Institute and oatext.com. Racial implication of narcissistic personality disorder inventory reinterpreting. African American males and women. Marital status. NPD is more prevalent in separated, divorced, widowed, and never married adults. Mental health clinics. 2 to 6% of people seeking help from mental health clinics have NPD. You see how small the percentage is? Who's that source? This is the Recovery Village. 20% of people in the military have NPD. 17% of for first year medical students have NPD. Girl, what? What source is that? That's the Recovery Village. 6% of forensic analysts have NPD. Girl, what the fuck? That's crazy as hell. It's difficult to estimate the exact number of people with NPD because many people hide narcissistic behaviors or beliefs. NPD can affect all areas of life, including physical and mental health, and can lead to problems in social and work relationships. People with NPD are also a higher risk of dying by suicide. And this is from Harvard Health. Girl, look at the stats. It's a lot, and it's mostly men. They said African American men. Prevalence. Let's see. It says prevalence of lifetime NPD was 6.2%, with rates greater for men 7.7 than women 4.8. NPD was significantly more prevalent among Black men and women and Hispanic women, younger adults, and separated, divorced, widowed, and never married adults. NPD was associated with mental disability among men, but not women. High co-occurrence rates of substance use, mood, anxiety, and personality disorders were observed, with additional comorbidity controlled for associations for bipolar 1 disorder, PTSD, schizotypal, and borderline PDs remain significant, but weakened among men and women. Similar associations were observed between NPD and specific phobia, generalized anxiety and disorder, and bipolar 2 among women, and alcohol abuse, alcohol dependence, drug dependence, and histrionic and obsessive compulsive PDs among men. Dysthymia was significantly and negatively associated with NPD. What's this dysthymia? Dysthymia, a persistent mild depression. Okay. It says conclusions. NPD is a prevalent personality disorder in general U.S. population and is associated with considerable disability among men, whose rates exceed those of women. NPD may not be as stable as previously recognized or described in the DSM-5. The results highlight the need for further research from numerous perspectives to identify the unique and comic genetic and environmental factors underlying the disorder specific associations with MPD observed in this study. Girl, they did face-to-face interviews with 34,653 adults. This is I'll post a link to this. This is the National Library of Medicine, where they do their reviews and stuff. Comorbidity, a simultaneous presence of two or more diseases or medical conditions in a patient. Okay. Yeah. So you heard it here, girl. So yeah, the people, Cam Newton, I think he's another one. It's a lot. I feel like a lot of men, and when they say black men, I don't know. I feel like they need to do more studies on them and the women. They said Hispanic women too. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's see what else is going on. Do we have a little bit more time? Ruby Rose showing off her mom in the kitchen this Thanksgiving. My mom is so tea. Ruby Rose is letting y'all know how tea her mom really is. Her mother looked Eritrean. Is she? She really looked like a North African. Where's Ruby Rose peoples from? Oh yeah, Eritrea. Yeah, that's why I'm like, she looked like it. Her father is white, black, and Japanese, and her mother is Eritrea, Eritrean. That's what I said. Her face, her whole little facial structures. Jennifer Lopez says she's only auditioned for roles with accents and stereotypes in the beginning of her career. Girl, I don't know what to say about. What? You know what's crazy? I don't know what it is. Do y'all notice that it's a lot of TikTokers, like TikTokers, it's always a headline is like TikToker found dead, TikToker died, TikToker, and it's like, what the hell? Have y'all ever noticed that? Is that just me? I don't know why I'm noticing that, but I feel like it's always, I don't know, I don't know. It says Diddy Thanksgiving jail menu included turkey roast, sour tofu, mashed potatoes, and more. Oh, so it wasn't peanut butter jelly sandwich, chips, and fruit boxes. Oh, they said that he got a kosher. He got a kosher menu. I forgot. That's right. So he wasn't gonna have something. I don't know. I mean, it says Thanksgiving turkey roast, hot and sour tofu, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables, cranberry sauce, turkey gravy, 2 dinner rolls with margarine, and assorted holiday pies. So it wasn't peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Somebody says, we don't care. One thing I never do is laugh at anyone's downfall. If God is allowing him to go through what he's going through, then let God deal with him and don't gloat. God says in Proverbs, God says in Proverbs, God says to not be happy when he is punishing someone, otherwise he will stop punishing them and punish you. What kind of God is that? Damn. Jada Pinkett takes a moment to reflect in gratitude since everyone loved this Thanksgiving. I think y'all would like Jada more if she was just like a pussy ass bitch and letting Will do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Because I don't know why Will Smith can go out and do what the fuck he wants to do and not get the same smoke as Jada Pinkett Smith. Y'all don't like Jada Pinkett Smith because she fucked a nigga who didn't keep his mouth shut. Because all the women that Will's out there fucking and they keep their mouth shut. So because y'all thought, what did y'all think was happening, girl? Y'all really send me with the Jada hate, and it be for no, all it is because she's empowered and sovereign, and she really doesn't need that motherfucker over there, and he don't need her. They in a relationship together. They really don't need each other. And the fact that she went out and fucked somebody, a young buck at that, went out and fucked him, and he ran and told everybody. He even went to Will Smith and asked, could he like be with Jada for real? Girl, go away. This is what they do. You fucking up the thing. And now that everybody knows that he fucked up the thing, August Alsina told everybody, and now everybody's mad at Jada because she's doing what she's supposed to be at home, I guess, suffering, letting Will do whatever the fuck he wants to do and not doing what the fuck she wants to do. She's always been like that. Always. And she's always been woman first. Always. Girl. And then it's so weird how y'all really think that she had something to do with that man walking up to that other man. Like, again, blaming a woman for a man's actions, as if Will Smith is some fucking invalid who doesn't know what to do. He's not. I thought Will Smith was this great man. So as he gets up and goes and slaps somebody because whatever the fuck he got going on in here for whatever reason, he went and slapped somebody. Now all of a sudden she made him do it. How could she make him do it? She didn't make. It's so funny how you want to strip the power away from the woman, but then also when the man misbehaves, give her all the power back and say that she's the reason he misbehaved.
I just, girl, stop.
How? He can run around and do whatever the fuck he wants. Jada's doing whatever the fuck she wants. They talk both about it in their books. Like, if y'all read their books, you kind of would understand what the fucking dynamic is. They ruin your black love fantasy and y'all cannot take it. And they ruined your black love. The irony is they ruined your black love fantasy. In reality, they're doing their own thing. And in reality, your man and you are doing your own thing. Y'all just call it cheating. They've created a way where we can do whatever the fuck we want. We don't call it cheating because we have a different kind of relationship. Y'all call it cheating because y'all don't structure your relationships. Y'all structure your relationships in the way that society wants you to structure your relationships, knowing good and goddamn well you cannot maintain it for any length of a time. They say like 8 years is what I heard. Y'all can't maintain it for whatever reason. So whatever's happening, all the marriages are dissolving, and y'all doing it right. You're doing it the right way, but this marriage is staying intact, and they're doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They're not the best people. Neither one of them. Their children have already said they ain't the best people. I don't know why everybody has such a problem with Jada Pinkett Smith, and she's moving the same way as her husband. But her husband can move that way. Nobody says a word. Nobody has these harsh critiques of Will Smith. Everybody loves Will Smith, right? I don't have nothing against Will Smith. We love Will Smith too. But he can go out and do whatever the fuck he wants. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. Now she somehow, we want to take her power away, but she's also the reason why he slapped somebody. It was because of her. And she's this and she's that. I don't get it. Y'all get down and explain to me what the issue is with Jada. A sovereign woman in a relationship. She's a sovereign woman. She's not attached to him. Her identity is not connected to him in any kind of way. She's her own person. They do their own thing and they remained married. I don't know what y'all want them to do. I didn't mean to do that. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Some of the comments. Can we leave Jada in 2024? We don't need to see you in 2025. We don't want it. We don't need it. I love you, Jada. Reflect about your entanglement. We are watching Set It Off right now. When will she be diagnosed as well? Nick is not the only one. The edibles got her gone. Rich, wealthy people always send love and light because they have disposable income. Girl, bye. Go home and give Will some love so he can stop slapping random people and stop talking about Tupac, a man we all know was engaged to Kidada Jones when he died. Because the only relationships that y'all understand that you can be in with men is when their dicks are inside of you. For some reason. Just like the girl, when I tell you they were wearing that girl out on Twitter because she tried to come out and say something about the big girls, the big dark-skinned girls in Kendrick Lamar's video, talking about, oh, that's funny knowing what his wife looks like, as if the only relationship between a man and a woman can be sexual. So he can't have big black girls dancing in front of him, behind him, or in his video because of what his wife looks like. When I tell you they were wrapping that girl up, girl, them cards that y'all be trying to throw out there, they don't work every single time. They don't work every single time. They don't. Her relationship to Tupac, from what I read and understand, it was never a sexual relationship. They tried to kiss each other and it was like ill. Both of them were like, okay, girl, it's not it. They tried it. They tried to kiss each other. This is according to her book, but no, we couldn't do it. It wasn't like that. So that man could also have an impact on her life and her developmental years to the point where she reveres him, and he was also taken in the way that he was, and he also has a cultural impact. This was her friend. I don't ever have to forget him if I don't want to. If I get down on this motherfucker every day and talk about my friend that had an impact on my life, you will deal, bitch. But doesn't mean I want to fuck him. Doesn't mean he wasn't engaged to whoever he was engaged. None of that matters. She can talk about Will whenever she wants to. She doesn't have nothing to do with that man slapping that man. That was that man. If Will is such this powerful, manly man, how can a woman be responsible for him getting out of his seat, walking up to a man and slapping a man? Because maybe in his mind, this is his opportunity to protect a woman who is consistently being abused by a man. Chris Rock has been on Jada Pinkett's ass because she wouldn't give him any ass for fucking years. Bitch, we are tired of your fucking jokes. And you're going to get slapped, and I might ruin my career because I'm going to slap you for talking shit. You don't know what his motivation was behind that. She didn't have nothing to do with it. The reason, yes, but she didn't tell him, go up there and slap him. How is she such this unpowered, this woman with no power who should just be doing whatever Will wants her to do and be an extension of him and just sit down and be quiet and not be her own person, but also have the same power to make a man stand up and walk towards another man and slap his ass like a bitch he is? Why does that have anything to do with her? Not too much on my girl in these comments, right? I don't get it. I never understand it. I love Jada Pinkett Smith. This is a I don't know if it's a fan page. I'm not a stan, but whatever it is, girl, she's cool over here. Shout out to Will and Jada and their children. I've always given them, especially their props in raising, even though their children have their own grievances with their parents, they have been vocal about their parents. Jada and Will been vocal about their parents. But the way that Willow and Jaden show up and how they contribute to society, I feel like they did a good job. They did a good job. This nigga's out here giving vegan food to homeless people, food truck and shit, bottling, putting water in boxes and stuff like that. Trying to help. Look at Justin Combs. Look at Justin Combs and look at Jaden. Look at King Harris and look at Jaden. Will, if anything, you should be fucking judged by your fruits. Hello? So they did something right. Look at their kids and look at all these other motherfucking celebrity kids. And then y'all talking shit about Jaden because of the way he dresses. He's a peaceful kid from what we can see. We have never heard no shit about Willow or Jaden. They just making their music, doing whatever they want to do. But here comes y'all talking shit about their mother like she's done something wrong. What did she do to y'all? What did Jada Pinkett Smith do for y'all not to be cool with her? What did she do? And every time you say it, it's going to have something to do with a man. Tupac or Will Smith. Outside of Tupac and Will Smith, what the fuck did Jada Pinkett Smith do? Outside of August Alsina, because here come the boy moms. He was vulnerable, girl. Y'all mean. Psychedelics got on that damn red table talk with your mouth and damn near destroyed your family. That's not true. That is not true. They really shared a lot, and it's so the irony is the stuff that they're sharing is happening. It happens all over, and y'all acting like they are the only ones that have these things happening. You know how many women are running around who used to be addicted to sex or is addicted to sex or addicted to sex? Y'all like to have dick stuffed in you every weekend. Every weekend. I'm a sex drive. Addicted to sex. You know how many people have had a mother who has been addicted to drugs? Come on. They ain't no different. They the same people. They just got a fucking palatial property out there. That damn property look crazy. So much so that they can be married and don't even have to live next to each other. Will we need a damn, where are you? You down there by the damn horse pastures, nigga? I don't give a fuck. Let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But we made a promise to each other, and they have a different kind of promise. They're not promising, making promises in front of God and knowing good and goddamn well they can't keep that monogamy promise. Knowing good and goddamn well they can't keep the monogamy promise. How many of the women you know that are, I don't know if she's bisexual. I think Jada might be a little bisexual. I don't know. Bisexual, I don't know. But how many people have parents that are just like kooky and weird or whatever? Like everything that y'all criticize her for, it never makes sense. And it's always something about a man, like her identity. You don't like her because how she showed up with a man. And it's so weird to me. Y'all need to unpack it. Why y'all don't like Jada Pinkett Smith? And I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. That's my girl. Is she a Virgo? Ain't Jada Pinkett Smith a Virgo? That's my girl. I don't care. I don't care. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith. Period. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.